All right, students, this is Mr. Bush here with our next project that we're going to be working on. We're going to be using the app Autodesk Sketchbook. You can find it in the Google Play Store. Just search for Google Play and then search for Autodesk Sketchbook. It's going to be allowed to install. You're also going to need a stylus. I'm working on my iPad here, but you guys are going to have your styluses for your Chromebooks. If you don't have one, go ahead and get one from the library like we talked about last week. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what Sketchbook is here. It's a drawing app. It's really great. You can resize, you can move around, you can zoom in, and the pencil size stays the same. It's pretty great. You can start a new sketch by clicking up here in the top and then click New Sketch real quick. You can change the pixel size, which is really important if you're going to be working in Scratch. You're going to want to make it a 4:3 ratio. It's pretty great that way. We're going to go ahead and just create a new one like this, and we're going to not save the little scribbles that I made. Here we go. So we got a new app or a new sketch right here. First off, there's pens over on the left side here. I like to work with the technical pen, which is one of my favorites here. You can change the size of the pen by using the slider right here. You can change the color by either clicking up in the top left here, or I've got the color puck turned on, the pen puck. You can turn that on right there by clicking that. Turns it off, and then turns it back on. Then click the color. You can change the color lots of different ways here. You can make a purple pen. I can make a green pen by going over here. It's pretty great. Change the size to be nice and like that. You can also change the transparency, the opacity, by going like that. So if you look right there, you can see that the color bleeds through like that. Pretty cool. You can also use an eraser. You can make your own erasers, which is something I've done. The erasers are right here. It erases like that. Um, I've gone ahead and made my own eraser, which you can do by clicking around here. You can also, that's actually a really great time to talk about this. The best place for you to find out how to do things is right here in the Sketchbook help. So it's help.sketchbook.com. That's the best place to find out how to make different things. I was playing around with the perspective guides. Those are pretty cool. Um, yeah, pretty cool. One other thing that I want to point out is that you can make layers right here. So if I draw on this layer right here, so oops, I've got it selected right there, and I'm actually drawing with the eraser. That's why it's not working. If I draw right here, so I'm drawing with this pen right here, you'll notice that that shows up in that layer right there. And if I turn this layer off, you can see this layer that I've drawn on right here, the layer that I had below, it's right there. You can also go ahead and delete layers, which I find helpful quite a bit. You can't delete a layer unless you've got another one. There we go. Now we can delete that layer. So what we're going to be doing with this, get the focus back here. What we're going to be doing with this project is we're going to be doing the Google Sketch or the Google Doodle. We're going to have more information in Canvas in the module. But what we're first going to do is we are going to go ahead and go and Google right here. I've got it pulled up. Google a gray logo of Google. So we're going to use this as a layer, and then we're going to draw on top of it. And then the idea is that we'll delete it after we're done. So it's just going to be a guide. And that's really interesting. We're going to go ahead and there we go. This is a good one. Why is the Google logo gray today? I don't know why it's sending me that, but that's fine. We'll go with it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and screenshot that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and save it. Actually, I'm going to crop it first. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and save it. Save it to my files. I've actually already got a copy. So we're going to save it. I'm going to click done. Delete screenshot. We already saved it once. We're going to go ahead and go back to this, and then we're going to go ahead and upload a layer. So what we're going to go ahead and do is click this right there, click the image, and then I'm going to click the files. There we go. And in recents, works similarly on your Chromebook, we're going to go ahead and pick that. And then I'm going to go ahead and resize it. You can move it around. There's lots of different options that you can choose to use. There we go. And I'm going to click done. And now I've got that as a layer right there that I can move around. I'm going to go ahead and put it under, because the idea is that I don't draw on this layer. Notice that that came through on that layer right there. You can tell because it's right there. I'm going to go ahead and press undo. There we go. That's going to redo. And I'm going to click this layer and make sure that I'm drawing on top. Okay, so you'll notice if I go ahead and hide that layer, it hides the Google logo, and then I can bring it back like that. All right. So one last thing that I want to show you, so we can draw around on this. This is great. But what I want to show you are the ruler, the guides. So you can use this right here as a guide to draw different lines. And I don't know why it's snapping like that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and make this black. Oops, almost. And then you can use this guide right there as a line that's going to go ahead and make it nice and easy for you to draw the things that you want to draw. So what I'm doing is kind of drawing right on the top there. Kind of gives me some guides for where the middles and everything like that is. Also, so I'm putting that as another layer. I'm going to go ahead and make this layer the one that I'm actually going to draw on right here. You can actually I use this ellipse tool quite a bit when I was kind of playing with mine and making this. So what I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And then this can become, there we go, I'm going to make sure that the transparency, that's what's not great right there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and then it makes that perfect O, or the perfect circle there. And the E is going to be a little bit more tricky, but that's fine. I'll play around with that later. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that. And then these are going to be my different letters. I'm going to go ahead and then use the erase tool to kind of change up the E and make the middle and all of that fun stuff. But I can't wait to see what you come up with. I think this is probably enough to go ahead and get you started. And we'll do a gallery walk after we've been doing this for a couple of days to see who's come up with really great strategies, and we'll learn from each other. But I hope that helps, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.